Have you ever felt like someone just added insult to injury when you were already having a bad day? As English learners, understanding common idioms like this can be a real challenge. But fear not. Today, we're going to explore the meaning and usage of this phrase, so you can communicate with confidence. Let me start with a funny story. My friend, who was still learning English, thought adding insult to injury meant literally adding physical harm to someone who was already hurt. So, when his coworker spilled coffee on his new shirt, he said, "Don't worry, I'll add some more coffee to really make it worse." Of course, that's not what the idiom means at all. Adding insult to injury is a figurative expression that refers to compounding a person's distress by subjecting them to further indignity or humiliation after they have already suffered a misfortune. Let me give you an example of how to use it correctly. After my friend's coworker spilled the coffee, he could have said, "Wow, that's really unfortunate. But then you had to go and make fun of my shirt." That's just adding insult to injury. Here are some more ways you can use add insult to injury in different contexts. In a casual conversation, when I lost my wallet, the bus driver wouldn't let me ride for free. That just added insult to injury. In a formal setting, the committee's decision to cut our budget and then criticize our performance only added insult to injury. In a negative context, after I got fired, my boss had the audacity to tell me I wasn't a good fit. That really added insult to injury. In a humorous context, I already spilled coffee on my shirt, and then I tripped and fell in front of everyone. Talk about adding insult to injury. In a literary context, the protagonist's humiliation was only compounded when the villain mocked his failures. Adding insult to injury. In a business setting, not only did we lose the big contract, but the client also criticized our proposal. That really added insult to injury. On social media, "I can't believe I got a flat tire on my way to the party. And then my friends posted pictures without me." Talk about adding insult to injury. To help you remember the meaning of add insult to injury, think of a visual image of someone literally adding more harm or humiliation to someone who is already in a bad situation. This mental picture can serve as a useful memory aid. Now, let's explore some fun facts about this idiom. The origins of add insult to injury are often attributed to the ancient Greek fable of the bald man and the fly. The fable tells of a man who, after being bitten by a fly, attempts to swat it but ends up hitting himself, thus adding insult to injury. While the idiom wasn't expressed in these exact words then, the sentiment existed. It later evolved through translations and gained popularity in English. The idiom highlights how causing further harm or mockery to someone already suffering is considered insensitive. There are similar expressions in English, such as rub salt in the wound or kick someone when they're down. The phrase became popular in English literature in the 18th century and is now a common trope in movies and TV shows. There are several related idioms and phrases you can use in place of add insult to injury, such as kick someone when they're down, rub salt in the wound, pour salt on the wound. On the other hand, phrases like give someone a break or let them off the hook would be the opposite of adding insult to injury. Let's say you wanted to use add insult to injury in a sentence, but you wanted to rephrase it without using the idiom. You could say something like, "After I lost the big game, my coach criticized my performance in front of the team. He really piled on the humiliation when I was already feeling down." I remember a time when a colleague of mine accidentally spilled coffee on an important client's shirt during a meeting. The client was already visibly upset, but then my colleague tried to wipe the stain, only making it worse. That's a perfect example of adding insult to injury. Compounding the client's distress with an awkward attempt to fix the situation. A common mistake people make when using add insult to injury is grammatical errors, such as saying he added insult to my injury instead of he added insult to the injury. Another frequent misunderstanding is thinking the idiom refers to literally causing physical harm, when it's actually about causing emotional or social harm. It's also important to avoid using add insult to injury in situations where it doesn't quite fit. Like saying, I spilled my coffee this morning. That's just a simple mishap, not a situation where adding insult to injury would be appropriate. Alright, let's test your understanding of add insult to injury with a few quiz questions. 1. What is the meaning of the idiom add insult to injury? A. To literally cause more physical harm to someone who is already injured. B. To compound a person's distress by subjecting them to further indignity or humiliation. C. To literally add more physical objects to an injury. 2. Which of the following is a synonymous expression to add insult to injury? A. Give someone a break. B. Kick someone when they're down. C. Let them off the hook. 3. Which of the following would be an antonymous expression to add insult to injury? A. Rub salt in the wound. B. Pour salt on the wound. C. Lift someone up when they're down. In summary, add insult to injury is a common English idiom that refers to compounding a person's distress by subjecting them to further indignity or humiliation after they have already suffered a misfortune. Understanding and using this idiom correctly can greatly improve your communication skills and help you express yourself more effectively in a variety of contexts. Now it's your turn. Share an example sentence using add insult to injury in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you plan to incorporate this idiom into your everyday conversations. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more helpful English idiom lessons. Happy learning!